My breath got shallow. My chest tightened. My mind was simultaneously racing, yet I felt totally blank. The physical discomfort was real. I know this feeling. This is fear. Moments earlier, I had opened my laptop to write my TED Talk, but I soon found myself walking around, actively looking for distraction, searching for familiar tasks to complete. I returned texts. I refilled my coffee cup. I was avoiding. Why? Fear. What if they don't like it? What if I can't express everything I want to say in less than 18 minutes? What if they just don't get me? Fortunately for me, I knew exactly what I needed to do to diffuse the fear, to help myself, and to do the very thing my mind was attempting to stop me from doing. Here's the truth. Fear is the underpinning of every block every human has everywhere. And everything we've been taught about fear and how to mitigate it is a lie. We're influenced to think that fearlessness is a thing. We're told to resist fear, to push through it, to overcome it, all of which only make the fear stronger and louder, keeping you stuck, small, and far from who you want to be. Until now. Let's start at the beginning with a new understanding, because understanding is power. Fear is biological. It's part of our humanness. And before I go any further, I want to draw the distinction between fear and danger. Danger is helpful fear. It keeps us from going into the ocean when we see a fin swimming in the water. It reminds us not to touch the stove when it's still red and hot. That's not the fear that's getting in your way. Today, we're talking about the unhelpful fear that's keeping us from using our voices, from setting boundaries, prioritizing ourselves, taking action, and going after our big dreams to create a new future. The fear that keeps you from changing, from becoming different, from having more. The fear that wants to keep you the same in what's comfortable and familiar. Fear is a response of your mind. Your mind has one singular job, and that's survival. Anything that's unknown or unfamiliar, your mind registers as a potential threat. It then triggers your fear response in an effort to keep you alive. It's part of our wiring, and for good reason. Without it, we wouldn't have survived during caveman days. We needed our fear response to keep us on high alert so we weren't eaten by a saber-toothed tiger, so we could continue to procreate and all be here together at Barry University listening to this life-changing TED Talk. Without fear, it could have meant the end of mankind. And even though it's 2020 and our culture and society have evolved incredibly, the part of our mind that houses our fear response hasn't changed at all. Your mind doesn't care if you're happy and thriving or stuck and anxious. It doesn't care if you're successful in your business or if you're struggling to make ends meet. As long as you're breathing, it believes you're winning. And that's the problem. Your mind will do everything in its power to keep you in the familiar. Because if you change, start something new, or shift a behavior, you're taking yourself into the unfamiliar. And your mind hates the unfamiliar. As soon as you decide to write that TED Talk, use your voice in that crucial conversation, speak on a stage, or create a new future, your mind immediately looks for evidence of you having done it before. Your mind is a record of the past, and it scans through memories and reference points, and as soon as it doesn't find evidence of previous familiar experience, it sounds the alarms, triggers your fear response, and gets you to sit back down and do nothing. Your mind wins, and you lose. Having a mind that's wired for survival and hates the unfamiliar is what we're up against. The truth is, everything you want, wish for, and daydream about lives outside your comfort zone, in the unfamiliar and the unknown. Growth and comfort are not friends. The more uncomfortable we are, the more we're changing. With this new understanding of fear, we also get to realize that our fear is an indication of our growth and expansion. Fear affirms that we're going for it, that we're showing up. You're never eradicating your fear. That's not a thing, nor is it the aim here. What we're doing is shifting our relationship with fear. We're changing the dynamic. And by doing so, you get to use it as fuel to access your capacity and reach your highest levels of success and fulfillment. The first step we get to take in shifting that relationship may surprise you. Given you do it all the time, it costs no money, and it's always on you. Breathing. I'm talking about the concept of breathing on purpose. Over time, our breathing has gotten more and more shallow and erratic. Sometimes we even hold our breath completely, all of which keeps our minds stressed, our bodies tight, and our fear response ignited. When we breathe on purpose, we change the rate, depth, and pattern of how we breathe. We interrupt our nervous system. We create space. We drop out of our heads and we start to soothe the fear response in our bodies. Breathing on purpose allows us to become aware, to make a new choice, and to love the fear. Yes, I said love. Our fear is showing up with good intention. The only reason it's showing up is because you're doing something new or unknown, which it perceives as a threat. So from fear's perspective, it's doing a great job. Choosing to love our fear instantly diffuses it. Let's all love some fear together, shall we? I want you to imagine something you're avoiding, hesitating on, or hiding from because of fear. Do you have it? Okay, good. Now imagine the fear that's stopping you is sitting across from you in opposition to you. Now, put your arms out, lift it up, and bring it to you. Hold it. You can even put it on your lap. Now talk to it with love. Hi, fear. I know you're here because you think I'm going to die. But I'm not, I promise. I'm actually just creating a future I love and deserve. Thanks for trying to protect me, but I don't need protecting from this. I'm safe, and I've never been better. Feels powerful and liberating. Shifting your relationship with fear also includes not believing everything you think. The self-doubt, the disempowering thoughts, the negative self-talk is all being brought to you by fear. What your mind says is fear-based. Your fear response is feeding you thoughts, insecurities, and doubt that will get you to stop and sit back down. It sounds like this. Success is not for me. Who do I think I am? What if I fail? I'm not good enough. I don't know how. What if they don't like me? All of that is your fear talk track. The great news is your thoughts are options, not facts. And your future self, the part of you that is the vision, needs to start to think on purpose. It sounds like this. I was made for success. When I fail, I learn. What people think of me is none of my business. I'm enough. I can do anything. You are not your mind. You are the director of your mind. You get to choose your thoughts so you can shift into how you want to feel, to support yourself in doing what you want to do, and being who you want to be. I was on a run years ago when a message hit me with more clarity than I've ever felt. It was during the early stages of my growth in business where fear was popping up every moment of every day. It was a whisper and it said, "It's time to break up. It's not you, it's me." I ran to the front door, flew open my laptop, and out came the most emotional, life-changing piece I've ever written. Dear fear, it's not you, it's me. Dear fear, it's not you, it's me. No, really, it's me. We've had an interesting run and ultimately it's not going to work out. Our dynamic sucks. It's time for me to take responsibility and take my power back. I've let you lead and control this relationship and it's not healthy for me. It's holding me back. Not to mention it's not fair to you. I don't want to be mean and hate you and wish you weren't around. It's such a waste of energy. And yes, I know what you're thinking. You're just trying to protect me. You want what you think is best for me. You just want me to be safe, and I appreciate that, truly. The thing is, I want a hell of a lot more than that. I want deep happiness. I want to grow. I want to thrive. I want to create a business and legacy that impacts thousands, then millions. I want to speak on big stages. I want to be a best-selling author. I want to say no and not feel bad about it. I want to put myself out there and not worry about what people think. I want to say yes and figure it out later. I want to make time to slow down and enjoy the moments. Make time to nurture my soul and well-being. I want to embrace and seek discomfort because I know the next levels of my awesomeness lay on the other side. And that's just the beginning. So I'm redefining the terms of our relationship. And no, it's not negotiable, and I'm not interested in your opinion. You've led long enough, and we've seen where that's gotten us. When you show up, I will acknowledge you and appreciate you, but I'm running the show. I will always know you have good intentions, but truly no idea what I want or what matters to me. I know that every time I think about or do something unfamiliar, it's your tendency to make me afraid because you want me to stop. The thing is, I'm not in danger, I promise. It seems like danger to you because you think everything's going to kill me, but it's not danger. It's just new and uncomfortable. You need to accept and embrace that I'm seeking the unknown and the unfamiliar. So please get used to it because it's not changing anytime soon. And the bottom line is, I'm more powerful than you. I also want to say thank you. Thank you for always looking out for me, for protecting me, for showing up at every possible tiny moment where I wasn't completely comfortable. I always wondered why you never showed up to relax on the couch with me. I now know it's because I was safe and comfy, and you like to only show up when you feel like something's wrong. So please know this, nothing's wrong. In fact, everything is right. So incredibly right. XOXO, powerful, limitless me. So this is your invitation to write your own Dear Fear letter and shift your relationship with fear finally and forever. Who will you be when you love your fear and use it to propel you rather than paralyze you? What will that new you look and feel like? And how good can you take it? Because it's about to get really, really good. Thank you.